glory and honor. Okay? So, Dr. Naomi, that's what she wants to go by today. As our pediatrician on the panel, what areas of physical wellness do you see that we neglect in our lives as women, but also in our children?
So thank you for the question. I think that in general, we do not set good boundaries for ourselves. And when we do not set good boundaries for ourselves, we're kind of all over the place. I think one of the most important things that anyone can do is get good sleep. Good sleep when it's time for you to go to sleep, and to be mobile and functional when it's time for you to be awake. But you have to have a good balance between that. And even with children, we really should be getting, as adults, 7 to 8 hours of rest. Didn't do that last night. But you need to be able to get good rest so that your body can regenerate and you can wake up in the morning refreshed and be ready to start your day. And there's nothing different in that with children.
What would you say is, it's self-explanatory, right, having your rest, but what is the benefit to having rest? What is that benefit?
It's so that you can function, that you can be ready the next day, and that you can have balance. And another thing when we're talking about, having good balance and enjoying good physical health, we need to think about what we're eating as well. Because what we eat, first of all, your body has to have a chance to digest what it is that you're eating. So you really need to be cognizant about what you're putting in your body and the stress that you're putting on your body to digest certain foods. Of course, we want to do a whole food diet, Mediterranean diet, not lots of red meats and even caffeines and sugars and carbohydrates and all of those kinds of things add stress to your body. So even when you're sitting around like this, we all had our breakfast. Well, now it's time for our bodies to digest whatever it is that we ate. And depending on what we ate, our bodies are now focusing in our gastrointestinal tract to digest. That's taking away energy from your mind, your cognition, for you to be able to think and be engaged. So we always need to be mindful of what it is that we're eating as well.
That was a good answer. Does anybody else want to tap into that question? Dr. Stacy?
So one of the things that's interesting, and I know, Brina, you can kind of attest to this when we talk about mental health, and Dr. Naomi and I have been working together, the mental health clinician over here with the pediatrician, for years. And so families will bring their children in, even to the pediatrician, and the first thing we're doing, even from a holistic mental health perspective, is changing the sleep. Right? So I always say, what time are your children going to bed? Then we talk from a holistic perspective, what are they eating? A lot of our behavioral concerns we're seeing because children just aren't getting enough rest. And so before I'll go to psychotropic meds, before I go to, putting a child that maybe has focus issues or learning difficulties, I'm going to ask the parents, how are they sleeping? What are they eating? Talk to me about your sleep hygiene routine, because that's also key. You think about it, when they're infants, what did we do? We gave them bath, we sang to them, we had the lavender, and then at 6, what do? Go to bed by yourself. And you wonder why they're not going to bed, right? And so again, even that piece of sleep, being able to not just set the 8 hours, because that is so key. Many people have no idea that there's a set time. I would tell students when they come into my office and they want me to convince their parents of a later bedtime. And I'm like, no, Dr. Stacy's own children go to bed at 9:30, and they're teenagers. In high school, my teenagers were in bed by 9:30 because I didn't want grumpy kids in the morning. And so it's so key. What happens in the morning really starts with what happens at night.
I 100% agree with the both of you. When it comes to the nutrition and the sleep, we have to think about our hormone levels and how those affect our hormones. And when it affects our hormones, it affects our mood. So the things that we're putting into our bodies, we need to make sure that it is wholesome for ourselves, because we don't think about our gut and our brain connection every day, but that is vital. Linda does. But that is vital because we have we have nerves here, of course, in our spine, in our brain, but we have trillions of nerves within our gut. So it affects our mood, it affects our hormones. So we need to be very intentional about what we're putting into our bodies, like what Dr. Naomi said, and making sure that we're getting enough sleep, like Dr. Stacy said as well, because everything is connected. Hence why we are here talking about all 8 dimensions of wellness.
That was good, ladies. Oh, wow, that was only the first question. I'm excited. Love picking people's brains. So this question is for anybody. What has been a game changer for you in taking care of your physical wellness? You can think.
There we go. So, hello again. I'm JD Wright, the children's book author. And the game changer for me for my wellness overall, physical and mental, has been meditation. So I challenged myself in the year of 2023 to meditate every single day. And it made such a difference in my life. It made a difference in my relationships. It made a difference in how I was able to be present for people. And I don't know the specifics of why that is. I do not know. All I know is that my clarity has been on point ever since. I've been able to focus. I've been able to be present for my daughter. I've been a better daughter, a better sister, and a better mother. So I think meditation is a wonderful way to start and to be intentional and to make sure that you are giving like 100% of yourself everywhere you go in every situation. So that has helped me a lot. I have tons of situations where it has helped me.
Really quickly. So one of the commitments I made to myself about 2 years ago was to walk every day. And what I did was I decided to walk outside and to combine it with gratitude. So I call it my gratitude walk. So now it embodies mind, body, and spirit. I'm walking, that's the body part. Mind, the gratitude part, which is also the spiritual part, and connecting with nature, which is the spiritual part as well. So it's a combination that I do every morning. If I'm not able to do it in the morning, because I have to get on a plane to come here to this fabulous event, then I will do it in the evening or do it in the airport, right? But I've made that commitment to myself to pour into myself, and it has served me so well.
Does anybody else have anything to add? That was good. Really good. Okay. We have another question on